Welcome again to another session of Hannah Inner Healing Channel, and today we are going to discuss how narcissism runs the world. And when you look at how the world is wired right now, you notice that there's a lot of exploitation, a lot of injustice, and a lot of corruption. I wanted to use a Bible verse to just try and back up my teachings today. And the Bible verse I'm going to read comes from the book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 2, and it says, "With her the kings of the earth committed adultery," with her meaning the Jezebel spirit, "and the inhabitants of the earth were intoxicated with the wine of her adulteries." And so the kings of the earth means rulership of the earth. The way the rulership or the governorship of the world, it's all based on the Jezebel system. So the earth were intoxicated. That means the people in the earth are intoxicated, have been corrupted by narcissism, or by narcissism and how the systems of narcissism work, whereby you see and I'm going to mention some of the things that will examples that will also make sense by what I'm saying even today. And there's another Bible verse that talks about people in the last days, how they'll be lovers of themselves, boastful, proud. And those are the things that we're seeing in the world right now. And for example, let's look at exploitation, because narcissism is all about exploitation, entitlement, and also abuse. Most of the people who are running the industries right now, not all, but most, you find they're narcissists. A narcissist does not mind climbing the ladder by, cutting down people, doing whatever possible, using resources available to them to climb up the ladder. And so you find that most of these owners of industries, they exploit the people who are below them, or the people who are, like the casual laborers, to make profits for their company. And they're still comfortable with it. That's a form of narcissism. You also find that there's a lot of exploitation of the poor, whereby the rich or even rich countries exploit poor countries and extract their resources to become wealthier and to develop. And these dynamics have been there for ages and for generations. And that's also narcissism. That's also how narcissism rules the world. You also find that look at the political systems of the world. That's why the kings of the earth have corrupted themselves with it. Look at the leaders of the world. Most of the political systems, especially in Africa and other places, they are corrupt. And so they're corrupt, and the people who keep getting into office are corrupt officials and steal from government. Some even get away with it. You see how they are flawed and unjust political systems. And then the poor who have no money have no justice. They don't get any justice. And they keep becoming poorer as the rich keep ascending. And then look at also the flawed justice system, whereby the rich get their justice, the poor don't get justice because they don't have money, they don't have representation. All that is part of the Jezebel political system that is running the world right now. The justice system is flawed. And that's why the Bible says that the justice of God is that God is just, that God is kind, that God does not show favoritism. He's God. But you see a lot of this favoritism in this Jezebel system of the world. You also look at the biased media, how sometimes media gives flawed information or fake news at the expense of those who are hurting. So the news is meant to just, cater or favor those in rulership or in power, or those who want to twist facts and information to deceive the masses. So you find all these things are happening. This is part of the Jezebel system, because the Jezebel system also works best with lies and manipulation, and they use media a lot for that. Look at the corrupt even beauty industry, whereby people are being made to feel like for you to be beautiful, you have to look a certain way. For you to be beautiful, you have to bleach your skin, if you're maybe darker skin, to a lighter shade, because that's what is called beautiful. Or you find the plastic surgery industry. Look, plastic surgery was not bad in the first place because it was meant for people who had burns, or people who needed reconstructive surgery, or just, people who needed, an upgrade, and they had some flaws or something. But now plastic surgery has become something that people are now using billions and millions of shillings to continue manipulating, to continue manipulating these people to come for surgeries, plastic surgeries, and to do more plastic surgery until you don't look human anymore. Look at even the way they corrupt adverts. that they keep telling people, this is how, if you want to look good, this is the car you should drive, this is the house you should live in, this is the kind of person you need to marry. All these are part of the Jezebel lies in the, of the society right now. Look at how the twisted the social media is. Look at how narcissism is promoted in social media. Everybody wants to take photos, even when you're doing acts of charity. Even when you're doing acts that are supposed to be helping other people, you still want to have cameras around you so that people can see you, all for praise. Because, narcissism is all about, can I acquire praise? Can I be praised? Can I be worshipped? Can people see me a certain way and think of me a certain way? So all that is narcissism. Look at even now how people are using social media to even peddle lies about lives that they don't have. Like someone goes to a hotel and takes a picture, and maybe they didn't even stay in that hotel, but they want other people to believe that I stayed in this hotel, that I'm this person. Or even if people are able to afford that, you want people to see how lavishly you're living, and probably in the private of your room, you're a depressed person. So authenticity is being taken away from the society because of the Jezebel corrupt system that is already in the world right now. Look at how people have become fake. Look at how even when you go to social platforms, the first thing someone wants to know is, what do you do? So that they can know how to treat you or respect you. If this person is not a CEO, if this person is not an owner of industry, I'm going to treat them this way. But if this person has this kind of money, they live in this kind of neighborhood, then I will be able to relate with them. That's still part of the Jezebel system, because it's opposite of what God created man to be. God created man to live, in fellowship with other men, to live, to be just to others. When you look at all the laws in Leviticus and all the Bible, God created man to live well with his neighbor, to care for other people, to care for the poor, not to do it for the likes. God created you to keep validating and affirming yourself so that you don't look for validation out there. Look at the marriages of today. People are getting in who are broken from society, and then when these marriages, they can't work because nobody wants to submit and serve the other. Everybody wants to be the one they're served. Everybody wants their interests to be served. How can it work? How can such marriages work when they are based or founded on the Jezebel kind of, ideology, on the narcissism? It's all about you. There's no more whoever serving others. There's no more people wanting to go out of their way for others. That one is over now. You find now people have become lovers of themselves, proud, boastful. That's what the Bible describes the narcissist system right now that is going to be and the Bible says in the last days, people will be lovers of themselves, boastful, proud, abusive, ungrateful, unholy, disobedient to their own parents. That describes the Jezebel system that is in the world right now. The harlot Jezebel, the spirit Jezebel, which the kings have corrupted themselves, and then the inhabitants of the earth are intoxicated with this. You see, every time when God created man, and man now, you go against God's laws, you lose the humanity that God gave you. You lose to be human. The love is not there anymore. Look at even political seats. Political seats were meant to be seats that people would take up to serve others. It's all about self-service interests. Look at the church right now. Pastors have made it to be a money minting machine, whereby you want to get rich at the expense of other people. You want to buy a car at the expense of other people. You want to live lavishly at the expense of other people who even don't have much money like you. So when you look at all these things, you see how Jezebel's system is running and ruling the world. So for you, if you're out there listening to this and you are not aware to this, do you even know there are people who even have to sell their organs, the liver, the kidney, the blood, so that they can make a living? Because the system dictates, like, you have to even sell yourself to live. That's the twisted Jezebel system in the world right now. What if people were mindful of their neighbors? What if people were selfless? Poverty levels would be reduced today. But you have people who benefit from wars. When there are wars in the world, there are companies and individuals and families that benefit from these wars. When you find, like, there are people who also benefit when the masses are sick, the pharmaceutical industry. They benefit because they sell a lot of drugs. And sometimes they make these drugs, but you keep taking this drug, but don't get healed. It's just not for cure. It's just for you to control the sickness. And they know that they can cure it, but they want you to keep buying this medication. So when you look at the whole system, how it is, that's how narcissism is running the world. And that's why, when Christ comes back, this system has to be destroyed, because it's a corrupt system. It's a system that cannot sustain itself for long. People will just keep devouring, attacking, using each other. Look at now many women, you want to use your body to get money, to get, opportunities, even to climb up the ladder. You have to keep, even not women, even men. It has come to that nobody cares about their dignity anymore for the money. And just because you get money so that you can buy clothes and shoes and material things and feel good about yourself, that's still narcissistic kind of ways of thinking. So for you not to be spared from this narcissist system, it's good to just tell God to help you, and to help the humanity part of you to keep growing, to be a human being, to be authentic. Tell God to help you to be authentic self, because the Jezebel system also works with a lot of masking. Narcissists don't have a personality, so they'll keep masking and showing you what you need to see. But behind the scene, behind the mask, that person is a monster. That person is the most corrupt individual, if without the mask. So they keep mirroring to you what you want to see. And so many people now are walking with masks. Authenticity is not there anymore. They'll be smiling when they're crying. They will be laughing when they're dead inside, because everybody is trying to put a mask to show someone something, to put out something that I'm okay, I'm this person. But where is authenticity? Where is the real person? Where is the real you? Are you living for the lights? Are you living for people so that people can say this? Or are you just yourself? Are you just yourself living your life to the best of your ability and to be the best that God has created you to be? So just think on those lines. And I know once you start seeing these issues in the society, you'll see even more. But for you, it's just to pray to God to deliver you from this corrupt and sick and unjust system that we're seeing right now. So thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like, to comment and subscribe, and even share this information. And if you want to support our organization, we have put our PayPal, address and our other M-Pesa till numbers if you want to donate to this channel. And I hope that many people can heal and also see the truth, and also just become mentally stable by watching these videos, and just be whole as a human being as God created you to be. Thank you for watching. Our next video, we're going